Hello there, my name is Daniel the Dinosaurs, and welcome to a bit of a special episode. Today is going to be our 50 subscriber special. I know it's not really a large goal, but it is still a goal that I didn't think we'd be reaching very soon, and I thought I'd do a fun little video for it. The theme of today's video is going to be touring some of my old SMP worlds and single player survival. This first world we're going is I believe like a 1.17 SMP world that I played on, I don't know, back when 1.17 was our update. This is the nether roof. In the server we used nether roof quite a bit. So this is kind of the main hub of our base. Yeah, we can just get into it. Hop through here to the main portion. I did a lot of underground building, as you'll see in this main area here. This was more of like, I wouldn't say not competitive, but it was definitely like a more rush-based progress type server for sure. So this, I believe, is my storage area. Had all of my goodies stored away in here. Valuables. We were pretty rich. I don't think, yeah, this world download didn't have much. Didn't have like the ender chest and player stuff. This is all farm outputs. You might be saying, how do you have so many farmed goods in here? But we'll get into the massive furnace right here. Get into the other parts of the base. I think really for this base, I kind of just wanted to, anyway, it's pretty long ago, but I think I just wanted to have a really cool, like, compact farming base, really, underground layer kind of thing. There was like an economy on the server, so I think one of my goals was to be the richest. So I think a lot of the builds you're going to be seeing is very redstone farming focused. Something that I don't always do, but decided to for this. Usually SMPs I kind of played like this. It's like kind of broken off from this. This is the oldest world, and it is the last SMP world I played on. But these are both, I think this is general mob farm, and this is just creeper. They are above it. And then we got over here, we got a wool farm. I think this has all the colors. I think there might be another stack up there that completes it. Basically useless auto chicken farm, because I just ate golden carrots 9 times out of 10. I think this room was supposed to have like a full auto smelter array build in here, but I clearly didn't get that far and just stuck with the good old manual kind of auto smelter. Here is out into the back end. I will hop in spectator so we can kind of fly around the other side, because it's pretty cool how I got the setup. I got melon and pumpkin farms, so that was like mostly mob farms, and this is all crops. Cactus. Got our normal little crop farms for villagers. Sugarcane. Empty space. Not sure it's supposed to go over here. And then we got honey here. Honestly, probably out of all these, it was really just these two I used. Oh, and the sugarcane. This stuff, I don't really know what, but yeah. So this is the inside of the base. I was really quite proud of how the way this turned out. Fly up here. There's a lot of detail up here. I think that I really like the color scheme, like the grays, the blues, really went with the soul lanterns. Yeah, so let's kind of pop out here and let's go through to the storage room back here. So these are all Impulse SV item filters that all filter out all the stuff from the farm. There is a similar array back here. Our iron farm still works. You can see it's all slabs and stuff out here. I had a huge issue with iron golems spawning not in the farm. That was quite a point of aggravation, I remember. But basically how all this works is there's 2 water streams. One goes around the back half and one goes through the other. And basically all these farms output into an auto dropper, and that spits into this general water stream, and that gets fed up to the item filters. So pretty cool. This goes all the way around the back, the farm, the whole way. You can see it splits off here and the other is on the other side. Yeah, not too much else going on here. I think this was supposed to be the way up to the surface, because it is an underground kind of hidden base. I think I was going to do some secret entrance, some armor here, and obviously, although we had the, I was trying to collect all the mob heads. I'm pretty sure because we had that plugin. I think there's some. I think there are also some that are pretty rare that I never got my hands on. But head back. So this is the center of our base. Obviously, that goes nowhere. End portal and drown farm spawn. Gold farm. Let's go look at the gold farm. So I think I did do a build. You can see this is, I was in the process, I think, of extending this nether highway. Oh yeah. You can see the remnants of the gold. I guess I got an elytra here. I can fly up. I'm not used to this because on our forever we don't have an elytra, so I'm not used to be able to fly places. Let's see if I can land on the ladder. I did. So this is the old school kind of gold farm. Got a pretty nice build here. This is where I did all my enchanting. We got gold, rotten flesh, and this is, if you're familiar with early or like older gold farm designs, I believe these are all broken now. Basically, you would sit here. I don't know how, you either throw a snowball or shoot your bow at one of these guys, and then they would all aggro to you, fall down here, and I think I have minecarts in there, so an entity cram kills them, but I believe now you don't get XP from piglins that are just angry at you when they die. You used to be able to do that. Now I think you actually have to physically kill them with a sword. So I think all those farms are broken. Or like they still work for gold, I guess, but not experience, which is I think what I use mostly for that. We'll come down here. The drown farm, I'm not really going to go to that. I don't think there's a build for that. But there is build for our end portal. This is kind of I picked this location because it has an end portal here. And I think I originally wanted to use this like a little community build kind of area people come and see and use, but I don't think it really ever happened. Here's obviously the end portal in the middle. Have a little pond down here. I think at one point I had done like an all black or like purple like infinity floor, the glass and kind of fog effect. But I guess I went with the slightly easier one in the end. But I think I got a little iron farm, gunpowder farm in here. Yeah, I had a villager trading hall. Here's some more of my head collections. These are gonna be quite loud. But basically, yeah, these levers, I think, they drop them down. So I think I had a zombie back in there that would like reduce their trades and stuff. Like you see, I don't really build a lot of these in our normal survival worlds now, just because I like doing builds and stuff for them. Trying to find my mending villager. Now, looks like we got a dog. I don't think he's going to listen to us. Oh, weird. Thought that was our dog. But over here, do we have more farm? Oh yeah, so we got pumpkins and then sugarcane, I guess. I wonder if this is melon. Yeah, melons too. But we can hop into spectator. Yeah, you can see, yeah, we got a little farm here. Obviously in the end, or in the end stronghold. But yeah, I was really proud of this build. I quite like doing it. It was pretty fun. I think I'm gonna do something similar at one point in our new Forever World with the Crystal Cave by our Cave Spider spawner. But that's pretty much it for this world. Don't think it was too. Oh no, there is a couple more things. I do remember. Let's hop in spectator. It's easy. I believe. Yeah, it started to work up out here. Clear the weather too. This was supposed to be, I think, a little bit of like a village. Oh, you can see our drowned farm. I think this was like a village or just like a general like mob farm area. This is just a massive like four. Oh, what's loud? Like trying to lose my four pillar, I guess. I don't know if it's the right word. Mob farm. We got like a cobblestone generator. I think this is set up a TNT duper. And we got like an old tree farm here. What's this? I think that's a netherwort farm, but I was basically just trying to set up a nice, I think this was supposed to be a path, like in like a little industrial area or something. I do remember this world not lasting too long because it was kind of 1.17 Caves and Cliffs Part 1. Because you think we're lucky, yeah, you can tell that there's a change in the cave generation. But I think it was a pretty short-lived kind of world when the Cave and Cliffs initially got split to two. So not too much here. I did play on a couple other survival SMPs and stuff before this, but I couldn't find the world downloads for those. They've been lost to time, and this is the real first real one that had a nice base setup. The rest were kind of just ugly industrial areas, kind of like this. But with that, we'll head on to our next world. Okay, and here we are. This is a single player world that I had started. It's pretty small. I didn't do a lot of it. But here is our very first house we built. I think this was right around when mangrove wood came out, so I was really itching to use it. I think it turned out really well. I think this is one of my favorite roofs I've done. It's just super, I don't know, detailed, cool looking. I feel like we could do a lot better with shelves now. But yeah, that was my little starter house. Made a nice little bridge here. And eventually started a little farmhouse thing here as my main base. You can see this is a pretty big house with a pretty plain interior. I think I used, yeah, not much. I think that I have a, yeah, I think I got I got a mending villager and they gave me fortune 3 as well. First trades, it's pretty cool. A lot of wood went into this build for sure, but here is the main kind of base, got a stable. This is where I first this is where I got the inspiration for our current survival worlds pens and stuff. They look pretty similar, a little smaller though. The fun thing about this farm here is it's actually a working chicken auto smelter, which I thought was pretty cool. It does work. It's a little loud and stuff, but that's why it looks a little bigger than a chicken coop probably needs to be. But let's go look at. So the house is basically empty. These over here are functional. This is my storage room, which has auto sorters all on the back. It's got tons of different storage for different things. This is the first time I really used these kind of like block under chest kind of things to signal blocks, and then I have some other things in here. I believe I've basically sorted, not fully automatic for all of them, but like this in theory I think was supposed to hold all different types of items I could ever want. Got a little bit of a map here. I think these are all, yeah, I think these are all first level maps, maybe second, but mapped a huge area in this world. This really shows my mapping addiction. Lots of cats in here as well. Oh, here's another map. This one must be, yeah, this one's zoomed out. So I got different villages here pinned. Don't think I ever did any builds with any of them. I did do a couple of builds over this way. This is a functioning super smelter. So I think you put smeltable items in here, and they eventually pop out. No, you put them in here, I think. They pop out here. You can come down here. Yeah. This looks really complicated. It doesn't really work the best. This was kind of my own design, but this is a kelp farm that takes kelp here, puts it down into I thought it was an auto crafter. No, it goes down here. Smoker. Here. Yeah, auto crafter. Crafts it into dry kelp blocks. Spits it out and then feeds that into these smelter arrays. Oh, this one over here, sorry. And then that gets fed back up to the thing. The other cool thing about this is I have some redstone logic somewhere over here. That when it turns on, this hay bale gets pushed in front of the, or like a block gets pushed to stop the smoke from coming. But when the smelter is running, there's smoke coming out of the stack of the smeltery. Oop, got stuck there. Let's give myself. Oh, turn on commands. If I put, yeah, okay, that takes it. So, in theory, there should be more smoke maybe coming out of the top now. Can't remember how I actually got it to work, but that was in theory the goal. Then eventually, I think it comes out here. Over here, I have a path. Yeah, the path goes back this way. This is just a path back to, I think, one of the other villages over there is supposed to be. Terraforming box. It's a bow. This is a windmill build I was doing. I think this is one of the last things I did in this world. I don't think it has a function really. Yeah, I haven't even done the interior. I think I was just using it as a practice build when I started doing builds just off Pinterest. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's supposed to tie in with the wheat field and stuff. Got a bridge half started. Just gonna fly over here. It's easier. And yeah, this doesn't look like anything actually got completed in this village. Up in the Nether. Don't exactly remember what the Nether looks like in this world. Looks like I do have another hub-ish set up. Let's go tunnel searching. Don't remember really doing much else in this world. Yeah, I think this is the snowy village. I did seem to think there was some sort of industrial area that I had started. I'm not too sure. I vaguely remember it being back here. If it's not here, I'll probably just call the world tour here. So that's pretty much. Oh, this is my witch farm. Ah, very nice. This is why I like witch farms. You can just get an endless amount of redstone. But I can't remember any other cool builds and stuff in this world, so call it quits here. This was a very short-lived single-player world. It was really, I think, the auto crafter came out, and then I was like really trying to get into some Minecraft to actually use it and stuff. So that's why this world started. But yeah, I'll see you guys in world number 3. Okay, world number 3. We are back to kind of an SMP world, but also kind of just a survival world. This was just me and a couple friends world that I mostly did all the stuff on and played with. The others didn't do too much. They kind of was just a thing to log on with friends every once in a while. But this is my base. I built a nice little castle. That tower is very large, wide, but I built it and didn't really care to tear it down. But it's a cute little castle. I don't think I had too much stuff. I have it mostly in my ender chest, yeah. But it was definitely a fun little build I did. I do like white castles. I will almost 100% build something similar to this in our forever world. But Maybe not for a little bit. Again, more maps, because I like maps. Had a couple of cool things pinned here. Mushroom Island, kind of stuff. Go over here. Oh, I know. There's one more thing. I had a iron farm in my basement, which was fun. This world, I tried to do slightly at a slower pace, similar to what I done at the Forever World. This is our villager trading hall. But I kind of was just I was making farms, decorating them, but not really having a big goal in mind with them. So kind of just burning out pretty quick. This is my rocket farm. We got a back down here. Sugarcane farm here, and then there's a creeper farm in the mountain, similar design to what we've seen before. This is actually my girlfriend's house, which I don't think she ever finished. No, pretty much empty. But it's a very cute little house. Why is the weather just so bad for us? Jump out here. This world's download is missing a good amount of stuff. That's sad. Well, this is kind of our spawn area. Just a general kind of group place. Here's the stables we built. A little farmhouse. Another map. This villager who's stuck here, he doesn't move, so he's our carrot trader. And here's a little spawn base camp. Another map. Lots and lots of maps. Very loud. Cow farm. And then this is kind of our just general shared storage area for things that they share with the group. Go show over here. This is one of my friend's house. It's a little hobbit hole thing. Pretty cute. Back here. I'm hoping this version of the world has it. Yeah. My recreation of the Minecraft movie chicken farm, which I don't think really works all that well. I think you lose a lot of stuff. And for some reason it all comes out raw, so I really don't know what happens to that. I am kind of sad. There's a couple cool builds here that don't seem to have came over. Yeah, there's like a whole area over here and stuff. I might take a quick cut and see if I can find the world download of the actual world that has all this stuff. One, okay, I think I figured it out. I don't believe much has changed over here. The map seems to be broken in this download, but this all looks the same. The house looks a little more finished. We can go check that out. Slightly. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I did this nice cool little back here. That's straight off Instagram, 100%. I'm not that skilled. We got a little axolotl pond. I really like doing these kind of like, oh, I forget the word for these. Looks like I had some flags. I don't know if there was there. Got a happy ghast. Down here looks pretty much the same. We do have one of my favorite builds. This hobbit hole. Basically, one of my friends built that little hobbit hole, and the other one wanted to step her up. So, got me to make this, which took me a little while, but I like fluffy cows, so I got some fluffy cows. This is a very much Hobbit-inspired hobbit hole. Go around the front first. So I got a little path here, full custom river. Lots of moss, obviously. A little bridge that I didn't really complete. Little axolotl pond. And up top here, got some custom trees that don't look the best, but aren't bad. Some chimneys. But the real fun, a beehive as well, is once we actually get inside. So this is a hobbit hole, but it's also a fully functioning base. It's got a little area in here. Come down. Got a kitchen here with just got a fireplace, some stuff here. In theory, you can store. So there's supposed to be like pantries. Here is some. This is like I think this is very much inspired by the actual movie, kind of like the little Bilbo's food store. It's got a wine cellar here with some wine or beer or whatever you want to put in those. Down here, you got a little music box, Miss Music, the grand dining table, dining room. Oh, yeah, we got a little door off the kitchen here. This is the bed. Yeah, bedroom. This is not really Hobbit inspired. This is kind of just normal. I really like these shelves. Again, I think I probably saw this in an Instagram Pinterest post. But it's just a simple idea, but it makes it look so cool. Only we could put things on both things. Only thing that would make it better. But we do have another wing. Got a study here. Yep. Again, this is very much inspired from the actual movies. Little library here. Come back to this in a second. And this is our kind of just a storage area with all your function blocks. Got an anvil. But over here, if I remember correctly, no. Okay. It's broken at some point, but there's a hidden. It's supposed to be a like a turn the lectern to a certain page door. I promise you, it did work at one point, but this is like a little secret basement dungeon kind of room. Similar vibes to our Wizard Tower build. Actually, I don't know if that episode's out. Might have spoiled it a little. I think I'm working on editing that video right now when we actually complete it. But this took me quite a while to do in creative, but I think it turned out really cool. I really like everything and how it came through. It was the first, I don't know, it's the first time I tried to do like this like boxy kind of house build. And I love how it turns out. I've done rivers and things like this in the past, so this wasn't too new, but yeah, this was, I think this took me a little while, quite a while to do, but it was well worth it. My friend quite enjoyed it. But let's we'll just fly here over yonder to kind of as like a little farming slash more naturey kind of vibe place. This is a tree stump, or my attempt at a tree stump. This is my little warning for people to use the farm, but this is just a bone meal and moss farm. It's pretty standard design. Sure, I got it off YouTube somewhere, but a little bone meal farm for everyone to use. And this is like, again, one of my first, a lot of these builds here, I tried to use different styles I hadn't before. This is my first try at like a very like natural looking, is this one, and then I moved to this. This is supposed to be like tree rings. I really like how it turned out. I think it looks pretty good. But we have two more farms over here. We got a flower farm here for two talls. And we got a lot of singles. Some storage here, and then all our single flowers here. Do I have some up the top? No. This took a while. This is, so the two talls don't have a farm. There's supposed to be just, maybe I haven't put any to put in. There's just normal like bone meal farms, but these are all shifting floor flower farms. And if you've never done one in a flower forest before, basically how it works is, I guess we could pop down to creative. Need a bunch of bone meal. Hopefully this is not too loud. But you load up the bone meal here, and you turn it on. Hopefully eventually it works. Maybe not. Maybe this is not the right. Oh, I gotta put it here. No, the torch is blocking it. Gotta go here. Ah, there we go. I guess we can load this one up too, so I can show you the difference between the two sides. But you flick this guy on, and then it starts putting flowers. If you notice, we're only getting orange and red, it looks like. They kind of go everywhere. But yeah, it's orange and red tulips. But if we come over here, see there's white and I think pink. Basically, so this block here will only ever, you can bone meal this however many times you want. It's a flower, it's always going to be a white flower. So basically, each of these different platforms produce different flowers, and then we can get all of the dye we could ever need. Let's go back to survival. More fun walking around these in survival. I'll just clog their inventory. But here, this is a honey farm. Yes, honey farm. Honeycomb and honey blocks. Do you think I have a way down? I thought, oh yeah, here. This is design I've used before. It works kind of similar to an item filter in a way, but basically this circuit just senses when the honeys or the beehives are full, and then either bottles or shears it for the different materials. And I think the bottles all feed down into an auto crafter, which is right here. This turns into honey bottles, and then the empty bottles get recycled back up top here to reuse for the next bottling, and those obviously get put up here. And yeah, not a lot of decorating in here, mostly just kind of farm. I did a lot of underground farms here, I think, in our Forever World. I do want to go more towards build, like for some farms like mob farms and stuff, I'm probably going to have to do underground stuff and hidden stuff. It's kind of hard to blend those in, but like for those small farms like that, I kind of want to do like a little bit of a bigger build, but blend it in more, or bigger builds so we can like have all of our farms still above ground. So I think that looks a little bit nicer. The next place I want to go to is over here, down this way. This is probably one of my more ambitious projects I've taken on and try to start. I attempted to do a fishing village, like a large scale kind of fishing village that you'd see on some of those more experienced and larger Minecraft YouTube builds, like the F-Whips and stuff. I think I did a pretty good job for my first time building something this size and kind of style. There's no interiors done yet, but this was supposed to be the like smaller house, slightly more poor area, not like peasant poor, obviously, because these houses are pretty nice, but so much bad weather today. Bad weather in real life too for me. Yeah, none of the interiors are done, but I think these are all unique houses. Build palettes definitely get copied over, like block selection. But I did all of these freehand. No creative work was done. I think the only creative stuff I did was planning the paths to make sure it follows a okay like spacing. I did some diagonal builds. I don't like how I did the door in that one, but I've never done those before. So that was pretty challenging. But yeah, these are all just little mini houses in here. I got a little bit of a storage thing going on over here. Yeah. This is my shulker box of a monster here. All my resources and stuff. Here I think is, I don't know, boat builder, I think, because I think this goes, yeah, it goes down to the docks. We had a little market going on here. I think the idea was maybe to put villagers in here. Whether those would be functional or not. Nice market. Back here would have been like slightly higher class houses, I think. And then up there are the bigger, like more rich areas. I think a lot of these, again, I got off Pinterest. I wasn't too great at designing those kind of shopping things. Look at here, leather worker. Oh, so maybe I did have villager themes to a lot of these builds. What do you got here? Wool and stuff. Maybe not. No, it's supposed to be a gate, I think, there. And then this build, this is what started it all, was this kind of like dock fishing area. This is a dock master's house. Nothing going on there. Here, I think these are maybe, no, not finished. Some of these houses are finished. The inn. Yeah, the inn. This one has, it's not super detailed, but it is kind of. Yeah, we got bunks up here. The outside's definitely built. Got a nice crane, tavern, more shulker boxes. Yeah, I got some storage back here for when I was building this area. And then we get the docks here. I don't think I built genuinely any of these boats. They're all copies. I've tried to make a boat before. It does not turn out well. Maybe people do. Maybe people try one on our Forever World. But for now, we're going to stick to copying boats until we get a little bit better. There is something over here, I believe. Yeah, the spider's farm. I remember it's the spider farm because I was watching the Harry Potter movie with the big spider while making it, so it was very fitting. I think I just needed a ton of string for wool and stuff. Or I needed a bunch of string for something. A spider slayer. But this is basically the same idea as our other farm on our Forever World, except that's only a single farm, so not quite as good. Don't think there's too much. You can get like an aerial view. It doesn't look too big from up here, but you can see the thoughts and the plans. And maybe those were supposed to just be like smaller houses as well. Potentially. Yeah, they look pretty small. But I would have liked to complete this project, but just kind of got burnt out on the world. And if I had to continue a world, I would have done with this one, probably made it a single player. Sorry about that, I had a cat invade my desk. Probably would have made this a single player world if it wasn't for YouTube. Once I knew if I wanted to do a YouTube series, I wanted to start fresh and not from a point I already had been. And I've done a lot of work, obviously, in this world already, so it would have been the beginning half of the world would have been all lost on you guys. And if it was going to truly be a Forever World, I wanted to see you all documented. The whole like start to finish shown and recorded, saved forever on YouTube or until YouTube shuts down, if that even will ever happen. But yeah, I think this is just a wool farm. I think I built this the first thing in this area because I needed all the wool for mapping it all out and stuff. don't think there's really too many other builds that I've done on this. This is going to be train track through here. Because if we fly on this way, we can go back and see our kind of spawn point village. And yeah, that is pretty much all of the survival worlds that I have. Oh, no, actually, I got one more thing I want to show you guys. My creative kind of testing world. I think there's some cool things in there that I'll show, but yeah, we'll head over to that world. Okay, here we are. This is my creative flat world. I want to say this world is like, this world's got to be like 8 or 9 years old. It's my guess. I think these are the first builds over here that I've done on it. You can see our barn. That barn in our survival world, I think it was the second one we showed, is basically this barn. I think block for block almost. Same kind of system in here. I think I built this. Well, I don't know how. This was a while ago. I didn't actually use it in the survival world for ages. But this is where I kind of test some redstone, but mostly builds, bases and stuff. I did not build these. These were copy and pasted in here. Did build those. I'm going to hop to the spectator just so we can fly a little faster. These look, I think this was a part of like a modern builds I was doing on a SMP that I've not had the world download for. Don't know where you are. This is a good example actually of a recent thing. This is our windmill from that same single player world. You can see I kind of just used the stone to create a shape out the build, and I did a little bit of detailing. I knew this windmill was going to be a challenge for me, so I did that. And then I kind of just look at did a little block palette. Check. Just did something down here. And I think you're a shulker box loader or something. This looks like a castle layout, potentially. No idea what that is. This looks like some sort of vault build. Here, I think this is probably some sort of base concept build, I'm gonna guess. These are shop builds for an SMP I was playing on. We got valuables. I think this was books, redstone, armory and gear, and elytra. I was always a big moneymaker on these SMPs. Elytras, because I like end busting and can do it pretty quick. And gear. I'd always make a diamond, or from end busting, I'd get lots of diamond gear. Use my villagers to like add the couple enchantments you need, and I'd sell them. Made a lot of money on SMPs doing that. This was a cool build that I had for a shopping district / mall for an SMP. Never actually built it, but I think it would have been really cool and a cool concept. This is like a racetrack, I think. Again, don't think I ever built this in survival. Here's another copy of the barn. Villager thing. Here's the concept for my survival base in that SMP. You can see, here. So this looks like, I think it was it's a slime block flying machine elevator to the roof. Oh, there we got. I think it was. Oh, I remember the plan. Yeah, down here. I was gonna make a little village and have the base be under the village. I think was the idea. And I had all the different builds planned out for that. This. Oh, I remember what this is. This was me messing around with autocrafters when they first came out. Trying to design my own autocrafter. Worked out pretty well. I got a couple functioning things going. I think I wanted to eventually have like a fully auto-crafted like redstone setup where it basically auto-craft all the redstone blocks I could ever need. You see how old this world is because it's got weird world gen issues going on back here. Back to the builds. Here is a like dilapidated barn build. I think this is also, yeah, I think I had an idea for this potentially being the entrance to our underground base. This is a like desert kind of build. Again, I don't think I ever made this one in any world I remember. I definitely want to make something like this in a survivor world though. I'm not going to copy this, but like definitely the style. Really like it. Same thing with this jungle temple. I don't think this is, yeah, this is just a build for fun. Iron farm, I think. These are ideas for those nether hubs we saw on the SMP world. I think that was a map I was trying to build for this thing. Pretty cool. Got to some random houses, different iterations of the barn. Oh, I didn't show you guys this. So I don't know if you remember, there was a silo on the one SMP, or the one survival server I had. Basically, this is what's in the ground. It is a silo storage. So this is the silos would go up and these would be stacked higher, but it automatically sorts your village crop farm stuff. Yeah, and this is where I was sorting out all the stuff I could ever want sorted, basically. What's this? Oh, I remember this. I still want to do something like this, actually. This is like another hub idea for doing like a subway station. I think that could be pretty cool. It's another house build. This was when the Nether 1.16, the Nether update came out. Immediately wanted to build a house in the Nether with some of that cool wood. This is a sky block base idea I had. This is, I think I did build it, and I think I made quite a bit of money. This is a shop island. So this would be like where other skyblock people would go to buy and sell different goods. So I had different themes for all the different items I was going to sell. I thought this was genius and very cool. I was going to be the best in the server. I did make a lot of money, but I don't think I was ever the best. Never got to the popularity I thought I was going to get. But I think that's really all the builds of note here. Let's do another lap around to see. Yeah, these are all different houses I build for our village that never happened. This is the village trading hall. What is this? I think this is a like villager curing station. Yeah, because this will throw a potion to weaken it. And then you golden apple it. Oh no, I had to kill it first. Oh, that's not right. Zombie. Yeah, the zombie would be back in here. Hit the villager, kill it. You could splash it, then cure it, and then send it off. Oh, sent it the wrong way. And this will request a new villager. Very cool. But yeah, that's really, let's go into this base. Do our sign off. Oh yeah, and this was supposed to have 3x3 piston doors. I'll end it over here. But that is all for the, why is my F5 not working? Oh, I can't look at you guys. Sorry. But that is all I had for today. It's probably going to be a shorter video than usual, but hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of my earlier and older worlds. Probably do another 100 subscriber special. So if you have ideas for something you'd like to see for one of those, drop them down in the comments. Let me know when I get closer to that goal. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next Minecraft Forever World Series episode.